Hello friends! We're gonna make this cute top either from new fabric or your thrifted clothes. As for me, I'm using one of my old black sweatshirts for the black part. You could use any kind of fabric. As long as it is stretchy and soft, you're good to go. And for the white part, you would need a light semi-sheer kind of fabric. This is a beginner-friendly practice, so don't worry, we're not gonna need any professional tools. As long as you get the necessary tips, you're good. First step is taking measurements. You could do it with one of your own tops or just measure everything manually. We go with the second one. Wear not very loose nor tight shirts, so the measuring would be accurate. Take your tape and measure the length. Then mark it on your fabric with the chalk. Then measure around the chest or the bust, they say, from side to side, like the front half of your body. After that, measure the lower bust from side to side again. Then measure your upper bust. And after that, hold your tape from the upper bust and measure it to your shoulder as for the sleeves. Then measure nipple to nipple. Let's say it would be about like 80 centimeters. Add 1 centimeter to each side and then use that as a guide for the distance between the top straps. That's not going to be so accurate, but that's going to be helpful. Then measure your shoulder width, not all the way to your neck, just like you see it. Then cut it. It would be the upper front of our top. For the second section, measure your waist, the front half. Then measure the vertical lengths between the lower bust and your waist. And cut it out the fabric. As for the back part, measure the lengths again. Then measure the back half of the lower bust and your waist. By lower bust, I mean underarm to underarm from your back. Then do these parts with the help of the front arrangements. Connect the parts together on the fabric and then cut them. And for the sleeves, measure the length of it to your desire. Then around your arm, add like 2 centimeters to it because we want to make it a bit fluffy. Then measure from the edge to your underarm and then cut 2 of them for both of your sleeves. Now let's get to the sewing. We're gonna sew these two from here to each other. Mind you, this is the back of my fabric that's gonna be inside of the top. Then hand sew the front to the back from the sides. Then try it on to see if it's good. If it is, finalize it with sewing it with the machine. Now we're gonna make the sleeves. This top has short and slightly puffy sleeves, and this is how we're gonna make them. So we're gonna take the fabrics we cut previously and then lay the fabrics flat with the wrong side of the fabric facing you. And then go ahead and fold the bottom corner of the fabric inward and leave the ends slightly open so we can thread the elastic through. Then fold this edge over the other and stitch it with the tailor. Turn over the sleeve to its right side and then sew it all around the edge normally without folding it. Then get the both ends of the strings and pull them. Try the sleeve on to see if it fits over your shoulder comfortably. When you get the right size, tie the string so it is hooked. Then hand sew each sleeve to the top. After you made sure you got it right, then sew it with the machine. Then insert a thin elastic thread into the fold at the edge of the sleeves. Using a needle or a safety pin, I used a normal thread instead. I just folded it multiple times so it wouldn't break or tear. Make it a bit looser than your upper arm, then tie the threads tightly and cut off the extra. Next thing we're gonna do is to fold the edge of the neckline and sew it by hand for now. As for the cleavage part, I'm gonna sacrifice my mom's blues. You're gonna need to cut a rectangle with the nipple to nipple measurements. And the width also mostly depends on the size of your chest. And I don't think it would be more than like 20 centimeters or something. So yeah, don't need to go farther than that, you wouldn't need it. Okay, this part might be a little tricky. So if you didn't understand what I said, go to the linked video for help. Alright, so keep in mind you need your iron here. Lay the fabric flat and iron it once to clear away all the wrinkles and stuff. Then leave 2 centimeters and then fold the fabric inward along the line like this pattern and then iron it all the way down. Make sure to get it straight because it's gonna end up crooked like mine. Fold the fabric again in the opposite direction, matching the width of the first fold. Then you can see it creates a boxy shape with 2 folds meeting at the center. After that, iron it again and repeat the same process till it's done. To make it easier, you can sew it with hand first and then go sew it with the machine. Do the same thing with the upper part, then hand sew it to the main part. For this part, please don't stretch the black fabric. Just align your fabrics and then sew it with your hands without stretching the fabrics. Finally, now we get to the fun part. Align the ribbon and sew its sides. Now you can finally sew the whole neckline with the machine. And then fold the bottom edges of the top too, and then there is just the bow and the buttons left. I like them this way, nice contrast. You do the design however you like and you're good to go. Here's the final result. I absolutely love it. Hope you do so. Subscribe for more.